Welcome, everyone. Today we are going to be talking about national historical figures. We're going to be going over some vocabulary terms that we'll be using throughout the lesson. Historical figures is a person who lived in the past who made an impact on people's lives. Equality is being equal, having the same rights and opportunities. Justice, being fair and right in the state of everything. Responsibility, having a duty to deal with something or have control of someone. And we will be using these throughout the lesson. Now, I want to ask you a question, but I don't want you to answer me until I ask you to respond, okay? The question, what historical figures do you know? I want you to take a few seconds and discuss this between each other. Okay, so what historical figures do you know? Martin Luther King Jr., that is a great one. Abraham Lincoln, oh, that's another good one. Okay. Now, let's talk about historical figures. Now, if you look at your screen or at the board, I have a few pictures up there for you to see. I have Martin Luther King Jr., Abraham Lincoln, and Rosa Parks. Now, let's take a closer look at some of these. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president. He freed the slaves, and he was shot at Ford Theater. Now, I have added pictures. I have a self-portrait of Abraham Lincoln. I have a picture of him and his wife at Ford's Theater, and I have a picture of the Lincoln Memorial. Now, let's move on. Rosa Parks. She started a protest on the bus where they didn't want to allow her to ride the bus, so she started a protest. Now, I've added a picture of the bus that she rode. Excuse me. Here's a picture of her sitting on the bus. And here is a picture of the Freedom March that she participated in. Now, moving on to the next one, Martin Luther King Jr. Now, he started college when he was 15 years old. He would travel to help other people, and he would pray with them also. Now, he made this speech, "I have a dream." And he was a preacher as well. And here's a picture of his family. And here's a picture of all the people that he made the "I have a dream" speech to, 250,000 people. All right. Now, I want to read his speech, "I have a dream" to you. Some words we will need to go over before we do that is creed, a set of beliefs. In spite of means even though. Self-evident means clearly true. Now let me read the speech to you. I say to you, my friends, that in spite of the difficulties and frustrations of the moment, I still have a dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that my 4 children will one day live in the nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Okay. Now, we are going to do a brainstorming activity. I have put a picture of the sheet that I will need you to get. It is at your desk. Now, I want you to take ideals from this poem and jot them down. Now, you will write Martin Luther King Jr., or you can write "I have a dream" in the middle, and then you will jot down ideals about the speech in the middle. Okay? Now, for your assignment for this class, you will work in small groups. I want you to choose a book from the selection at your desk that I have placed there of a national historical figure. Now, you will draw a picture that will represent your historical figure. You will write 4 sentences that describes them, and you will teach this to the class when you are done. Now, the most important, I want you to have fun and be creative. Now, to show you, I have prepared one of sort of what I'm talking about to give you an idea. Okay, and see, I've written in my boxes sentences that I think is important, okay? So that will give you an idea of what I expect of you. Okay. Now, for the lesson that I wrote, my reflection is that I paired the ELL students in small groups, and I will pull them into smaller groups or individual one-on-one if needed. In this lesson, I approached the issue of diversity and culture by using Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech. And I wanted the kids to know that everyone is to be created equal. We will all be the same in this classroom. And I kind of just used that poem to pull all that together. I used whole group discussions, small groups to work on assignments. I had the students to pick their own historical figure and draw and write about the important facts that they learned. I had students to listen to me read the famous speech, I Have a Dream, and I explained to them what the different language stood for in the speech. I also related the vocabulary from the lesson to the speech as well. I was able to use art, writing, and language in the lesson by having them do an art and writing assignment on a historical figure during the lesson. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thanks.